Good evening, everybody. This is Vonda Evans, and tonight I wanted to come on and uh, encourage some people who are going through trying times. I have to start out with saying shout out to the one and only Bishop Jakes when he passed the torch to his daughter, Sarah Jakes Roberts, and Sarah Robert Jakes. Anyway, Sarah, okay, his daughter, okay. Now, I don't know if you know about her, but she was the child of a bishop, and she got pregnant when she was 14 and had her son. And she was saying how she felt so bad that people would look at her funny because, she was the child of such a prominent man. And he reassured her that, she had courage to do what many would not have done. Anyway, she goes on to prominence and he passes the torch. But one thing that he said that was very inspiring. He said, I'm not doing this because you're related. I'm doing it because the oil running from you. Let me tell you something about people who are successful, whether it's in the, whatever field it is. The one thing that they don't do? They don't give up. Let me tell you about some of y'all. It's a challenge. You give up. Somebody talk about you at church. I ain't going back there. You in a dating relationship, that person makes a bad choice. Oh, we broke up. Well, we got to go to divorce court. We run. The first time that your business does not do well, I got to close it down. I can't do. We give up. Those challenges are there to strengthen us, to build us. But when they come, we automatically want to say, oh, this is from the enemy. I did something wrong. God don't love me. I'm just, because I want to flow. Let me say this to you. When the caterpillar becomes a butterfly, it has to go through a process to build its wings. If it doesn't, and somebody say, I'm going to help you and open it, their wings will never form. There's your past, here's your present, and there's a tunnel called pain, and that gets to your promise. Your past is behind you. Your present is where you are. There's a tunnel called pain, and your promise is at the end of it. You have to birth forth that promise. You have to go through that. And we don't want to do that. And so we say, well, what God got for me is for me. But God want to give you more. But that's like if I had someone who, worked for me or I worked at the court. I'm not going to just give nobody no $1 million because I just want to give it to them. They got to do something for me to give it to them. I got it. But if what I see is $100,000 performance, I ain't going to give you $1 million. Why would I do that? We don't want to go through changes to get to the other side. What does the Bible say? If you can't run with the foot soldiers, with the footmen, you cannot contend with the horses. God created you to contend with the horses, but you got to do your part. He got it. Baby is there. He's saying go through something. Stop running back to your past. I ain't gonna go to that church no more because they talked about me. I'm gonna get out that relationship because he cheated on me. I'm gonna get out that relationship because she cheated on me. I'm gonna quit that job because they always be looking at me funny. We give up too soon. and we don't go through nothing. Can you imagine? Here is a child of a prominent bishop that has a child out of wedlock as a teenager. Many people wrote her off, but that was the impetus to push her through that tunnel of pain to get to her promise. Now she's leading that church and she on fire. You have to go through something to get something. You just don't get pregnant and then you go to sleep and you wake up and then you have a bouncing baby in your arm. But the moms that are out here, baby, your body be toe up from the floor up. But you got to go through something. It's called the birthing process. Many of you all feel, well, you know what? I'm too old for that. Granted, I became a judge at 32. I became a lawyer at 56. And now I'm on TV at 58. Don't tell me what God won't do. Did I think it was over? Absolutely. I said, if the only thing I'm a star on is on my live, I'm all right with that. Because I was at peace with it. And one thing about people who I see who are Christians and believers, they trust God. I said, do you know what this look like? They said, daughter, I done survived too much. I done seen God show up too many times. And if he don't, he's still God. And if he don't give me what I asked for, he's still God. And I trust him. But he wants you to do a little bit more. Can you imagine all the hell David went through? Here he was, the oil fall on his head. He like, okay, I'm about to be the king. It's like that. Saul had to chase him and try to kill him. And at some point you could be like, look, I did not sign up for this. Hey, listen, I will go back out there with the sheep. You know what I'm saying? This is a little bit too much for me. But it was preparation to run a kingdom. And he had to go through that. But 9 times out of 10, none of us would do that. Oh, I can't do that. We can't forgive. When it get hard, we want to blame God and say he turned his back on us. We don't want to do what we got to do necessary to make it happen. I'm going to share my story. As many of you know, I was a judge at 32. And as many of you know, the last grade I completed was the 8th grade, hanging out in them streets, doing whatever. I decided to go to college under a Thank You, Lottie program. And I challenged myself. I said, Bonda, you different. I said, these people done been, had 10th, 11th, 12th grade training. The last grade you completed was 8. Now, I had 2 options. I could give up and let my past define my purpose, or I could keep studying and trying to make up. I graduated with a 3.5 in 3 years. The fire was in my belly. Didn't get into no law school. Got into the worst law school. But I graduated, thank you, Lottie, okay? And passed the bar. My point being to you is if you want it, you got to go get it. When I ran and I lost and Greg Mathis won, I said, I'll die in these streets trying to be a judge, but I'm going to do it. I will work all day. I had one child, work all day and be out all night long, 6, 7, 8 hours. Then I thought, oh, well, it's over with. Now I become a judge, smooth sailing. Then I got to go through a terrible, messy divorce. Then what happened? I'm like, okay, I'm chilling, you know, whatever. I'm going to run for court of appeals. I look up, I'm retiring. I'm like, oh my God, I ain't never been a lawyer in my life. All the furniture that I had to go to Facebook Marketplace and get in somebody else's trash can. Okay. And I stayed at that office, sometimes 11, 13 hours. I slept there trying to make videos and do stuff and things to let people know, listen, I'm on the other side. Would you bring your business to me? But I could have given up, but I didn't. And you got to have that same fire. I could say, oh, girl, it's over with, 56 years old. You just go sit down somewhere. But I didn't. because I trusted God. And I said, God, if this for me, work with me. Y'all give up too soon. Just when it start getting tight, oh, I can't do it. It's getting too bumpy. It's getting too bumpy. If you want it, you got to go get it. But if you cannot contend with the footmen, how can you run with the horses? See, God saw something in me in them garages when I was out there drinking out the red cups and smoking weed. He said, I see her to be a judge. I see her to be on TV, but I didn't see it within myself. I had two options. I could have let my past define me, or I could have trusted God and gone through that pain and gone through ridicule, people talking about me, hating on me, saying I was lazy, I didn't do nothing, I'm stealing from the county, all kinds of things. And keep going. You're going to have your haters, but you got to keep going. And some of y'all got dreams that it ain't going to happen. If it can happen for me at 56, now 58, it can't happen for you. It can't happen for you. It happened for me. And I work my butt off. Why? Because I believe God. Y'all got to have faith and stop letting your circumstances define your future. Because if that was me, that could have been me. The last grade I successfully completed was the 8th grade at Emerson Elementary School. 9th grade failed, 10th grade failed, 11th grade failed. Got through 12th grade and I went through this program. And I would stay in that library 6 and 8 hours studying because I had to make up. But I didn't let my past define me. And I just wanted to come on and tell somebody, there's somebody out here that said, oh, that dream is dead, I'm too old. Or I've been to prison. I got a bad credit score. I can't read and write. Stop looking at the excuses and say, Lord, listen, let me tell you something. What the enemy meant for evil, I'm going to use for good. And I'm going to tell you one thing I can say to you, baby, 100. It was many a days and nights I wanted to give up, but I kept going. The one thing I don't want you to do is let your dream die because you don't have the courage to go after it. Because you don't, and then listen to this, y'all ready? The person who ended up winning the first time was Greg Mathis. He went and worked 4 years and went straight to TV. Phenomenal jurist. God said, wait, your season will come. Now we on a show together. Delay is not denial. I had to wait my time, but that's okay. Delay is not denial. But some of y'all get turned off by the littlest things. And what's meant to strengthen you, you allow it to destroy you because of fear. And you got to keep going. And every day is not going to be a good day. Some days you're going to have challenges. And I want you to identify 3 things that happened that day to make you go on. How about the fact that you woke up? How about the fact that, you know what I'm saying? You was almost on E and you found a gas station and you found $5 in your pocket. Find 3 things to celebrate and build on them. Stop looking at your setback. We know I see them. Baby, let me tell you something. I had the Red Sea in front of me and Pharaoh behind me. But because of my faith, I said, God, I'm doing this. I'm trusting you. He said, daughter, if you do your part, I do mine. But I got something for you because I see how hard you struggle. I seen the tears that you cried. I seen you moving stuff in your office late in the midnight hour because you ain't got no help. I seen that, daughter. And I seen you be faithful to me. But we faithful to that lottery or play mama number, but we won't be faithful to our religious book. We faithful to or play that mama birthday. That's good luck. You faithful to the lottery, but you can't get and go into your religious book and get the promises that God has made for you, whether it's in the Torah, Quran, or the Bible. There are promises, but you got to live right. But you want to rip and run them streets, drink liquor, play the 4-digit, 3-digit, and hope something magical happens. It's not. We all got challenges. Some of us greater than others. But when we look at Ray Charles, here's a man who couldn't even see back in the day when it was segregation and died a multimillionaire. We got two options. We can make excuses for what we don't have, or we can allow those excuses to build us and make us better. But we got a choice. And I'm tired of y'all. Well, that's okay because you smart, baby. Let me tell you something. I've been in 8th grade. My mother said, please don't say that. I'm a teacher. That ain't no reflection on her. That was a reflection of the choice that I made. Am I proud of it? Absolutely not. But I didn't let it define me, and it could have. If I am encouraging anybody, remember, if you cannot run with the footmen and they weary you, you'll never run with the horses. See, running with the footmen, getting run over by them talking about you, dogging you, you almost losing your money, folks playing you, going through whatever changes. Let me tell you something. That's part of that tunnel. And if you get through that, don't get weary, because your breakthrough is on the other side. I love you. And if this has inspired you, would you share that? Because there's somebody out there that want to hear it. And don't forget to watch me Wednesday on Court Night Live. But remember, that dream didn't come true to I. 58 years old. Damn near senior citizen. I be laughing at myself. And you see my shirt, don't you? Least likely to succeed. That's what I was voted. But to God be the glory that I didn't get up. And I didn't let my past define my promise. I love you too. See you soon. Be blessed.